Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Liza. If you do not know me and haven't ventured here before, welcome to all new people that have wandered this way. I do apologize for the setup today. This is at my working altar, so it looks like a working altar. But let's get to our pick a card reading today. And this is a general pick a card reading. It doesn't mean it's necessarily for this week. It can be for whatever week you fall upon this channel. Things come through when you need them, and this is a way for them to do so. So it is not locked down to a certain time to stamp. But let's get started. As you can see, I've got 3 piles here, and what I want you to do is just focus on the pile, feel which one draws your attention to it. We have 3 different stones on it here today. We have this is like a bloodstone, and we have something that's kind of jade. I'm not exactly sure the name of that stone, but it is a jade color. It's very green. And we have tiger's eye over here on the 3rd pile. So I'm going to call this pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And we will go from there. I do read Lenormand cards, which are a little bit different than the normal tarot or oracle cards that you might see on some other channels. They are read as a story, and I do 3 cards in a row to tell that story. And then I also have an oracle card on the top, which is from the Garden Dragons, which is a wonderful oracle deck that I happen to love and really vibe with. I'm very familiar with these cards that I have out today, and I think that helps me to draw in and really interpret the cards the best of my knowledge, because these are not some new cards that someone handed to me. These are ones I'm familiar with and have an actual energy with personally. So let's get started. I am excited, and let's see what you want to do. Okay, we're going to start with pile number 1, people. Whoever felt drawn to this one here, it's the one with the bloodstone on it. And I'm going to just move these cards a little to the side until we are ready for those, so we can have a nice clear view of what we're doing here. And I'm going to put that beautiful bloodstone over to the side here. Let's start with the oracle card. And pile number 1, people. It says grace. You have the cherry dragon. I'll bring it up a little closer so you can see it. The cherry dragon. And grace, taking our time. This is about finding your inner peace, finding your grace in situations where you might be facing some situations where you don't feel that much grace, but it's about walking gracefully through situations that have a lot of trouble or might not be as easily to be graceful. And I feel that right now this is resonating something that you need to do, or something that you are showing right now is a lot of grace in your actions, which is very interesting. That's an interesting card. Let's see which, I'll put it right there for right now. Let's take a look at your Lenormand pile. And again, I told you they read as 3 in a row, but we're going to take them apart one by one, and then I'll give you a gist of the whole entire story of what's happening. But they are not read by themselves. Okay, we've got the pelican, and that means birth, new beginnings. You're starting something new and venturing forth. This is usually a positive card in some aspects. I mean, new things are good. Beginnings are always good and positive, and you're focused and ready to do it. And considering we do have this grace card, it looks like you're waltzing into this new venture very gracefully. It's starting off well for you. You're carrying yourself well. You're feeling, confident about it, and that's great. And this usually signifies the start of where we are in our Lenormand story. So you're starting off very graceful. You're very poised. You're ready. You're starting your new beginnings in a very good place, and that's wonderful. Okay, let's see what happens with our next card here. We only have 1 card. I will have to pick another one. That is really weird. Okay, we have the ring. Now the ring is about promises, it's about commitments. And perhaps these new things that you are starting are bringing about new commitments that you're getting involved in. It doesn't necessarily mean romantically, although we look at the ring and immediately think, oh my gosh, I'm getting married or something. And it can mean that. It can mean a relationship thing where your relationship's going really well. And yeah, maybe it's showing that you're walking gracefully into this relationship and you are ready for a commitment. That it's showing you that whatever you're doing, you know, there's going to be a commitment involved, which can be a great thing. It can be, you know, if it's a relationship, perhaps marriage, perhaps it can be just a committed relationship. Maybe you're taking that next step and that the bonds are real. If it's not anything relationship-wise, it could be work-wise. It could be just something you're doing with your friends-wise, an activity that you're involved in, that you're heading out for. It could be school, where your commitments are coming in, and, you know, new commitments, basically, if you want to read it together. New commitments are starting that you're getting involved in, and you're walking very gracefully through them. You have a lot of grace right now, which is wonderful. And I don't know why another card did not pull up. I'm going to pull one up for you right now, group one. Here's my deck. I am a very clumsy shuffler, so please ignore me, but I will shuffle these for you so that we get the right energy. People, what do they need to know about these commitments and grace that they are starting this week? What do they need to know? Let's do one more. What do they need? What do they need? Okay, we're gonna go adventures. All right, you're getting committed into a new adventure this week. You're traveling. It can mean literal travel, but it can also mean you know, figurative travel. You are venturing out into something new this week, and all the positive energies here. The new travel, the new, you know, you're going out, you're doing something new. This is a new adventure is what this really is. You're heading out on a new path this week in whatever that is, relationship-wise, school, work-wise. Maybe it's just something you enjoy doing as a hobby, an activity that you want to do. All of those things that it could be. You're venturing out this week into starting those, and you're starting a new commitment with it. So it's looking very positive, group one, or pile one, I should say. And you have that grace card. You are doing wonderful with grace. You're going out there in the right attitude, the right, you know, the right demeanor. You're treating people well around you about it. You have grace, and that is wonderful. Pile one, people. So that is your reading today. So go out and best of luck with all of those great things that you are starting this week. It's wonderful. Thank you very much. If you do have any comments on the reading, pile one, people, please feel free to comment below, like, and of course subscribe. And I will see you soon. Thank you very much for joining me. Welcome back. Those who chose pile number 2, let's move on to yours. This is the pile that had the jade stone that I don't know if it's actually called that, but I am calling it that for today. It is a very deep green. It's really beautiful. But anyway, if you chose this pile, felt drawn to it, let's get started. We're going to start with the oracle card on the top, and it says moderation. This is the Starfreight Dragon. So moderation, it means that you might be going out or doing things a little overzealous. You start something and you kind of overdo it right away. You know, you want to, you know, say you want to start an art project. So all of a sudden you're thinking about like, well, how can I market this? And I need to, you know, be the greatest artist ever. This is just an example. It's saying not to do that. It's saying relax, moderation, take your time, one step at a time, and that is perfectly okay. And that might also go for people that are worried that maybe a task they're on, or they need to do something for work or for school, or even in a relationship where they're worried it's something, you know, it's overwhelming or something. And it's telling you, the card, it is okay to take your time. It is okay to have moderation. Take it in pieces. Go slowly. And that is okay. One step at a time is fine. And that's what that card is telling pile number 2 people for this week in the Oracle. Let's take a look at the Lenormand. And like I said, it does read as a story, but I will talk about each card as we go so that you can better understand where this is heading for us. Okay. We're starting out with the book, which is knowledge. It can also mean secrets because it is locked up inside here. This is something that you're holding as private, but it can also just mean learning. It can mean maybe you're heading to school, or you're learning something new about a job, or you're just learning something about people in general. Maybe it's someone that you need to learn something from or have learned something from. Considering this is the first card of the Lenormand story, this is where you're starting. This is not going to happen. This is something that is kind of where you are right now. So there's either some kind of knowledge that you're holding on to about a person or something in your life, or you are starting, you know, you're in school, or you're learning something new about your job. This is kind of where we're starting. Let's pull the next card so we have a better idea. And this did it too. It did not give me, this happened in the first pile as well. I did not do this very well. There's supposed to be 3 cards, and for some reason 2 are showing up. So after, I'm not looking yet, after I pull this card, I will shuffle the deck and pull your 3rd card as well so we can get a whole picture of what's happening. I'm not going to gyp you guys. All right, so we're starting with our secrets, or our knowledge, and we have the Star card. Now this one can kind of be a little bit of depression, but it's more of you're internalizing a lot right now is what it is. You're looking towards what kind of goals. The stars represent a lot of goals, the subconscious self. You're looking inward. And she is surrounded by water, which also very much represents the subconscious self. So you're looking inward this week. Perhaps whatever knowledge came about that you have or are holding on to is something that's really making you take that step inward to reassess what your goals are. What do I really want in this? Does this knowledge bring me something I want? Does this knowledge make me think that maybe I need a different direction? This is a very contemplative card. It's not bad or good, it's contemplative. And you really need to sit on that this week. That's what it's saying, that you're going to be sitting in that contemplative state. Look really into yourself this week and decide what it is that's really benefiting you. Not just what somebody else wants or what, you know, what the situation holds right now, because that can always change. You know, you don't have to be committed to something that you're involved in because you're involved in it already, if that makes any sense. You know, we as people tend to hold on to things that are familiar, and that can be relationship, work-wise, any kind of personal venture. It can just be something about yourself. Maybe it's your, you know, a body image issue where it's hard to get out of, but you know something, and you know it's making you rethink things. But listen to it. If you're hearing that thinking, it means something in your subconscious mind is telling you something about this knowledge, and you need to listen to it. You really do. You can't just ignore the self. You need to listen, and that's what's really happening this week, and you need to do. All right, I'm going to pull up, let's get the full picture of the story with the last card. So I'm going to shuffle these very quickly. And as I told pile number 1, I apologize. I am a clumsy shuffler, as you can see. I am not the best shuffler person, and that is why I usually have these set up beforehand. So we don't all need to laugh at my horrible shuffling skills. But let's see here. Okay, it's telling me this card here is kind of popping out here. All right, we have the birds, and I'll show you that card up closer. The birds, and this usually has to do with, you know, talking in social circles and gossip and things like that. So if it's doing something with your social circles and things like that, then this is telling me that you're contemplating, whatever this knowledge is contemplating that you need to, you're reassessing your social circles. And this can come out in a positive light. Perhaps that knowledge is telling you something that's going to help you venture out and become more sociable, which is, you know, that can be a good thing. It could also be to just reassess your social situations. Maybe they're not what's best for you. You know, maybe these two are tied together. Maybe there's something. This is funny because it's reminding me of, it's reminding me of a pile that I pulled last week that had a similar theme to it, where someone was finding out some knowledge about something in a social situation. Although this one doesn't feel, this one feels more positive than that pile did the other week. It's showing me just that you're thinking about, you know, what you need to do to get out there and be more sociable is what I'm getting most on here. You want to make more friends. Perhaps you want to get involved with more activities and get back to life. You know, COVID's kind of drained you down. I know a lot of people have felt locked away. And, you know, maybe you're ready to move forward in that aspect this week. So basically take that knowledge, think about it, but really listen to your inner self is what I'm getting mostly in this pile this week. Inner self. And if we look back at our moderation for the week, one step at a time. Okay, don't overdo it. Don't jump around. You know, social things can kind of get you carried away very quickly. And I think the moderation goes well with this as well, because this is contemplation. Moderation. Take your time and think about what you're doing. Think about what you really want inside and go from there. All right, and that is my reading for pile number 2. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, please, of course, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I will see you later. Pile number 2. Thank you. Okay, for those who chose pile number 3, the one with this tiger's eye. I love tiger's eye, but anyway, that is going right there. And let's get started right away. Here we have your pile. And we're going to start with the Oracle card this week from the Garden Dragon. And your Oracle card this week is Prosperity. Some good things are coming your way this week, pile number 3, people. Here is it's the Cranberry Dragon. And it's usually, you know, a fruit you have sometimes at like a big dinner, or like, you know, it makes me think of Thanksgiving and Christmas and those kinds of times of the year where people have, you know, they have cranberry sauce and all that sort of special things. It's kind of like a special dish type of a fruit in a lot of occasions. Not always, but in a lot of occasions. And it signifies prosperity, good things coming, big, you know, opportunities this week, or just big positive energy is coming your way. And let's take a closer look at what's happening with the Lenormand. And like I said, they do read as a story, as 3 in a row, but we will start with each card and kind of break them down as we go so you understand what everything means. Okay, we're starting off this week in pile number 3 with the Coffin, which looks scary, but it's not as bad as it looks. It just means that something is ending this week. And that can be positive or negative. It, you know, doesn't mean someone is dying or someone is ill. Do not worry about that. It just means literally something in your life is coming to an end this week. It could be a school. A lot of schools are ending right now. It could be, you know, it could be the ending of if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling lethargic, that's coming to an end. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, it's coming to an end. And since this is the first card in the story, this is the beginnings. This is kind of where you are already. It's not like something's going to happen. Something's ending right now in your life. And let's find out a little bit more. I'm going to pull the next card, see what's going on with that. And we also have the Anchor. This is actually the Anchor. It looks like a scary card, but actually this really isn't. An anchor holds a boat down. It's grounding. So whatever is happening here and ending is something that's going to bring you a very grounded feeling. It's, you know, anchors tie the boats down so they don't sail away and get caught in the storm. You know, the anchor is good. Something's happening that's going to pull you into a place of security. You're going to have a lot more security coming, and that's a good thing. The anchor only can be a little bit negative in some aspects if it's too grounding and too pulling you down. You don't want to be so pulled down that you're falling backwards into sort of like a depression or one of those moods where it feels like you can't move or get out of bed and that kind of thing. That's too much pulling down. But I'm not fully getting that from here. I'm getting that the anchor is more of like a safety net. It's saying it's okay to venture out. You're anchored. You're going to be okay. That whatever's changing or whatever has ended, you're now feeling very grounded and secure, which is a positive, good thing. Let's get the full story here. This is the luck card. We have a 4-leaf clover here. This little fairy is very, very lucky to receive in a reading. And so what it's telling me here, if we put it into here, well, look at your prosperity card and a luck card. Whatever is ending this week, it's not a bad thing at all. It's ending because you're going to prosper from whatever is ending. And you have that luck card on your side. It's going to be positive. Things are going well. So yes, this is not a bad anchor at all. This is, you're going to feel so much more secure in your prosperity, whether it's financially, whether it's in a relationship issue, whatever ended, you're going to feel so much better this week. And you've got that luck with you. You're secure, you're safe. I'm getting family. I'm getting something about this, or a friend group that's like a family is going to be very supportive. They're going to be there for you this week as very grounding, safety people, and you're going to prosper. Like I said, either you know, getting out of something you shouldn't be in, and now you're prospering. You're feeling so much lighter and freer that way, prospering. Or like I said, it could be financially. It could be you're going to have success in that job that you're doing. Perhaps one job ended, you're starting something new. You're going to prosper, and you're going to have much, much good luck with it. So very positive. Oops. Very positive reading group number 3. Okay, so don't fear that ending at all. Just let it happen. Go through it. You're secure. You're safe. You are going to prosper in whatever comes next. So wonderful reading, pile number 3. If you have any comments or questions about this, feel free to, comment below, and I will get back to you. Or, if you have any questions and such, and I can further explain or help you with anything that you need. And if you like this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for joining me.